in this section, we're going to talk about legal infrastructure. First of all, to be clear, we are not lawyers. I am the most not lawyer person there's ever going to be. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. We're entrepreneurs. We're going to give you any legal advice you hear, basic. This is the weasel clause that we're going to add into the course. But on a serious note, anything you hear about legal stuff are sort of our observations on legal matters or legal issues, just to give you perspective of the entrepreneur. The first point that I would mention on legal infrastructure is that I believe that people waste way too much time on legal matters when they're not required. They're using a tank to kill an ant. A good example of that is like when you start out, there ought to be a real good reason that you start out as a corporation. A corporation needs a board. A corporation needs stock certificates. If you get investors for that corporation, you're going to need audited financial reports. So what we want to do, and it's hard to put this in words, is we want to use the right amount of legal infrastructure that we need for our size business. So again, there's some art to that. My general advice to you would be to get a good business lawyer when you start out, someone who has a lot of experience, not a law firm, from quote, the best firm and all that, but someone who's done a lot of business law and they know really what you need based upon your level of risk. Things to consider as you grow with regard to legal work and legal infrastructure, the risk of the business. The more risk you have, probably the more need for legal work. The assets that you have, your net worth. If you start out and you don't have anything, well, your need for legal infrastructure is probably lower because you don't have anything. It's amazing how often, to me, people will start a corporation, an LLC or whatever. They don't have anything. And they might not ever have anything because their business might not succeed. So they spend undue amounts of time on legal work and undue amounts of money on legal work when they don't even have anything. So your net worth and your assets will be a factor in how much legal work you need. If you need investors, you're probably going to need more legal work than if you don't. Investors are people who write checks to you and they get equity. That means you're going to need a corporation, you need a board, stock certificates, bylaws. You'll need legal counsel for sure. So that's another factor. And finally, tax implications. I'm not a tax attorney or anything like that, but sometimes there's advantages to structuring your corporation or LLC or business structure in a way to get favorable tax treatment.